Yes.
Box tops
Yep.
to that.
And then you put them in a Ziploc, you give them to your kid, and you just pray they actually show up at school, because sometimes they sit in the bottom of the book bag.
Right, or you open the lunchbox and they've been there for a week. Like,
and you're like, I told you to
your
turn those in.
lunchbox so you would see it. Well, the first day of school outfit is already, and the pencils are sharpened, and the book bag is maybe by the door already for some of you.
Quite. Those are overachievers. Most days, the morning rush to get out the door can be very chaotic, but as News 19's Rosemarie Beltz tells us, a successful morning really starts with a good night's sleep. Rose.
Right, well, that's right. And studies show children who get enough sleep have healthier immune systems, along with better behavior, memory, moods, and even perform better in school. So we know sleep needs vary from person to person, but pediatricians offer some science-based guidelines to help determine if your child is getting the sleep they need. So school-age kids should get anywhere from 8 to 13 hours of sleep per night. As you can see, little kids, those in preschool, need the most sleep, at least 10 hours. Teens don't need as much, but should get a minimum of 8 hours. Those numbers may seem surprising, and the truth, it can be difficult to get back into a routine following summer vacation. Now, some tips from the experts. Make it a priority for the whole family. Parents are role models, so set a good example. Of course, there'll be all-nighters for work or when your kid has a paper due, but showing why sleep should be a priority will help your child understand it's part of a healthy lifestyle. Tip number 2, make these changes gradually. Try moving their bedtime up just 15 minutes earlier each night, a week or 2 before school starts. And don't worry, if they start school next week, start making those changes this week. Small changes make the adjustment process easier and more realistic for everyone. Finally, limit screen time and avoid screens totally at least a half an hour before bed. Studies show using blue light emitting devices like phones, tablets, or ebooks can decrease REM sleep by suppressing melatonin, the primary hormone that triggers your sleepiness. So a better option, read a book before bed instead. So the takeaway, you want to continue these even on the weekends, right? And if your kid's still getting sleep and still cranky and not focusing, it might be a larger problem, right? Something to think about. And also, right, I think sleep's pretty good medicine. I'm all for sleep.
That's one of the biggest changes between being a kid and being an adult. When you're a child, you fight sleep. When you're an adult, you're like, praise God.
Right. You would fight someone for some more sleep. That's the difference. Okay, so let's talk about melatonin. What if a parent is struggling and they've looked at this natural remedy as maybe a possibility for their child?
Because they do have melatonin gummies now that make it easy, even if your child can't take a pill.
Right, so what do you think about that?
So here's the thing. Kids do really good when things are continuous and routine. So if we do those things we talked about, try getting to sleep, try emitting that blue light, and it's still not working, look at their diet, right, and exercise. Kids should be tired, right? They're in school all day. If they're getting the amount of exercise they need, watch their sugar, watch their caffeine. Make sure you cut that back at noontime. Check in with their teacher, right? If they're struggling, ask for their behavior patterns, talk to the pediatrician. You know, melatonin is natural, reproduce it, but it's not a sleeping pill, right? You know, it's not something we should go to right away. We want to look at other possibilities because there's not really long-term data yet with melatonin. It could affect their growth. We don't know. It has been shown, you know, beneficial with some kids with, you know, neurodevelopmental issues. But you really want to talk to your doctor because if they're on medication, we don't want it to conflict. And dosage, you know, timing of things. You know, I mean, I know it's natural, right? And we want to be natural, but you want to think of these things first.
All you have to say is affect growth to me. And then I'm like, all right, forget it. I won't do that. Maybe that's why I'm so short I take it.
You think that's what happened? But I think you started taking melatonin as an adult.
As a morning news
so
anchor.
I'm
maybe last year I was set to grow another 2 inches and I stunted my growth.
Well, and I made a good point. We jumped to melatonin, but that might not be the issue, right? We were talking about stress, anxiety. There's a lot of other things kids are going through that really, it might not be melatonin.
And maybe you just need to have a talk with them before they lay down. You know, sometimes we do
Like
that.
what?
We just sit on the edge of the bed and talk.
Oh, yeah, like talk.
And
I thought you meant like tell him like you better fall asleep for this.
Sometimes that works.
Like gritted teeth.
I'm tired.
All right, Daniel Bonds is going to have your forecast when we come back. Keep it here.